This is Impact Wrestling.
Hi everyone, and welcome to the next episode of Sudden Impact today. So we've got a lot of things that have happened during this period, especially from the last video to now. And today we'll be going through some of them. All right. So as I'm sure you're all aware now, that Impact Wrestling went on a little bit of a signing blitz during the early stages of March and April, and signed a whole heap of knockouts wrestlers, which is female wrestlers, to their Impact Wrestling. And they've also Anthem, the parent company of Impact Wrestling, have also expanded their broadcasting of Impact Wrestling on Access TV, which they also own as well. So first they had a review show, which was done by Impact Wrestling backstage personnel, namely Don Callis, the Executive Vice President of Impact Wrestling, and Jimmy Jacobs, one of the producers. And they initially were airing that on immediately after each episode of the weekly show. But then that got pushed back, that got pushed off the air in favor of Impact Inside 60, or Impact in 60, which is basically footage of old matches and from the earlier years of Impact Wrestling. So that's what's replaced Impact Aftershock. And so far, Impact Wrestling has been doing pretty good viewing numbers, especially in the States, on Access TV, with the show getting about 200,000 to 300,000 viewers each week. So that's really good for Impact Wrestling. And Impact Wrestling was starting to build to Slammiversary, and they did a couple of promo for that. And the first promo was basically centered around this one hooded figure sitting in front of the TV, where a fake news broadcast was talking about all the released wrestlers from WWE, and saying that a few of them flashed up on the screens after that during that Slammiversary promo. So they like the following weeks, it's kept building on that promo, and still highlighting all of those wrestlers that were released from WWE and are potentially in talks with Impact Wrestling. Names such as Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, Rusev, or as his name is in real life, Miro, Heath Slater or Heath Miller, Kurt Angle, Drake Maverick, who unfortunately was re-signed to NXT. So EC3, and a whole heap of other ones such as Mike Bennett and Maria Kanellis. And so hopefully on July 18th, Slammiversary, which is the day before WWE's Extreme Rules pay-per-view, someone will turn up. And that leads us to the matches which have been set up, which are being set up currently for Slammiversary. So in the main event is the World Championship match. It was originally scheduled to be a 5 four-way fight between world champion Tessa Blanchard, Michael Elgin, Eddie Edwards, Ace Austin, and Trey from the Rascals. But recently, with all the social media movements, especially in the wrestling business, called Speak Out or Speaking Out, Michael Elgin has been suspended because of those allegations that were made about him sexually harassing people in the wrestling industry, as well as Joey Ryan and Dave Christ have also been actually fired because of their associations with like numerous wrestlers came out and mentioned their names about the incidents that they were involved in, and Impact Wrestling just fired them straight away, immediately. And also Tessa Blanchard, the world champion, got fired because she, as it was mentioned in previous episodes and on Facebook, on my page, she was down in Mexico with her fiance, and she couldn't get back to the States because of the travel bans, and she was kind of not wanting to film any of her obligations for Impact Wrestling to hype up the match at Slammiversary. And then once the travel restrictions were lifted, she still wasn't coming back to America, even though she's a citizen, because her husband is not a citizen, or her fiance is not a citizen, and that would have been placing him in an awkward position, but never mind. So Impact Wrestling fired her and stripped her of the world championship, and so that's one person. Like, the champion is out of that championship match, and also Michael Elgin is out of the championship match at the moment, while Impact Wrestling investigates the allegations against him. So this has thrown a whole spanner into the works of Impact Wrestling, because they were doing so well during this lockdown period. They were putting on the best shows in the wrestling business. And this whole Speaking Out incident and and the fallout of it, especially given how it's thrown the World Championship match for Slammiversary into disarray. So hopefully they'll find suitable replacements for that match. My pick is hopefully Moose is going to be added to that match, and because he's claiming he's the TNA World Heavyweight Champion, and is billing himself as the real world champion of Impact Wrestling, because Tessa Blanchard during this whole period was not able to make it to the shows. So hopefully something comes out of it, and Impact Management will pull something out of the thin air and surprise us all. And so thanks very much for watching this video. Until next time, this is Sudden Impact. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and follow me on Facebook.